Welcome to the Kamiyati Kai Yoga Space. I'm Kai, and today we are going to do a beginner's level vinyasa, focusing in on the legs and some balance. What you'll need today is 2 blocks and yourself. So go grab your things and meet me here on the mat. We're going to start off our practice by grounding down. So sit in any position that is comfortable for you. Rest your hands on your knees. Allow your weight to sit back into the hips. And then lengthen your spine. Reach your head towards the sky. Little activation in the belly. Lightly tuck your chin to your chest. And you can gaze down along the length of your nose, or maybe just close your eyes if that's available for you. Let's take a moment to arrive on your mat, softly letting go of wherever you just came from, and grounding down into where you are right now, listening to the sounds that you can hear around you. Feeling the temperature on your skin. Noticing what you feel like, body, mind, and spirit, without making any judgments. We are going to set an intention of presence for today's practice. We're going to use the little affirmation, I am here. This is a beautiful affirmation to connect with, especially if you deal with a lot of anxiety, if you deal with a lot of depression, and you deal with a lot of stress. Taking a moment to just pause, feel yourself, and repeat to yourself, I am here. It allows for a moment of grounding in the chaos. Good. Gently opening up the eyes. And we're going to start off our practice with a pranayama practice, a life force practice. So the practice we are working with is called Dirgha breath, or 3-part breath. And in yogic philosophy or in Hindu philosophy, Dirgha was the mothering goddess, the gentle mothering goddess. And thus, this breathwork is gentle and mothering and nurturing. So place one hand over your lower belly, place one hand over your heart. And what we do is we expand belly, ribs, chest, and then we close down chest, ribs, belly. Okay, so let's get going. Let's breathe all the air out through the mouth. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to release your hands to your knees and just take a moment. Flutter your eyes open if they were closed. And let's roll over onto our hands and knees. So you're spreading your fingers nice and wide, pressing down through all 5 fingers and all 5 knuckles. 15 knuckles if you're being specific. Making sure your hips are above your knees. Lightly tuck the tailbone and hug the belly in. Push the floor away. Nice and active over here. Starting with some wrist warm-ups, we're going to inhale, reach the shoulders forward, and then go to the left. And then exhale as you reach back and go to the right. So you're going to do 4 rounds in each direction. And the bigger your circles, the more of an impact it is on your wrists. So notice where your wrists are at and move with them, not against them. Coming up maybe onto your last round over here. And then pausing at the top and changing directions. So our bones are really interesting. The more weight we gradually put on our bones, the more our bones can handle. So consistently showing up for your practice develops your bone density. Did you know that? Good. Softly coming up to your last round over here. And we pause. Take a moment to stand on the knees and just shake out the wrists. Squeeze the bums. And come back. Going to move through some cat and cow. Starting at the tailbone. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Lower the belly. Reach the chest in between the arms. Lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Round the spine, hug the belly in, and finally chin to chest. Inhale for cow pose. And exhale for cat pose. Can do 3 more rounds, including all your own little movements if you have them, making this practice your own. Coming up onto your last round. Good. Coming into a neutral tabletop, tuck your toes, and we're going to push just the knees off the ground for a little bit. Hug the belly in, get nice and strong in the hands and the feet. Deep breath in. Exhale, send your hips back and up into downward facing dog. First one of the day today. And we're going to bend into the left knee and really reach the right heel towards the ground while we push the floor away with our hands. And then swap. Pedaling your legs out for the next couple of breaths. Your heel might touch the ground, it might never touch the ground. It's not the goal. The goal is the stretch at the back of the leg. On your next breath in, look up in between your hands, and you're going to walk 1 foot at a time all the way up to the top of the mat. When you get your feet to the top of the mat, you're going to place 2 fists in between your feet. Ground your hands on the floor and forward fold. Look between your knees. Ground your right hand to the floor. Make a fist in the left hand. We're going to bend into the right knee, lengthen the left leg, and inhale, reach that left elbow up and back. Lift your left arm to the sky. Maybe even look towards the left. Take a big twist here. Push into the right hand. Open the left arm. And then bring your left hand down and onto the floor. Over to the other side. Bend into the left knee. Start to pull that right arm up and back. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring it back down. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming to stand up on the mat. Hug the ears up to the shoulders. Shoulders up to the ears. And exhale, soften into your mountain pose. Connecting with that intention, I am here. Bring your hands together. Let's move through some sun salutations. Inhale, scoop the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knees and fold forward. Hands on your shins, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Plant your hands, step back into plank, and gently bring your knees to the ground. Hug the belly in, bring the shoulders in front of the fingertips. The insides of the elbows face forward, and let's bend those elbows into the ribs. Let's bring down the chest, and then the hips, and then the toes. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Squeeze the bums. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your seat to your heels, and downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Maybe you pedal, maybe you're still. Inhale, look up in between your hands, and maybe you take slightly bigger steps to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, slowly we rise, press into the feet, lengthen 1 inch at a time, come all the way up. Scoop those arms out to the side, lift the arms up. And exhale down, we go forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into tabletop. Or maybe you want to do a plank. All right, the same thing applies with the arms, elbows face forward. Hug the belly in. We bring the shoulders a bit forward. Bend the elbows into the ribs, come all the way down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift up, baby. You come into a full cobra. Squeeze the bum, open the chest. Exhale, send it back, downward facing dog. Or child's pose. Child's pose is always an option if you are not feeling the downward dog or your wrists are a bit sensitive. Inhale, look up in between your hands. You could walk or maybe you jump, but softly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, slowly we roll all the way up. Scoop your arms up, deep breath in. And exhale, last round, let's fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step, or maybe you jump back into plank or tabletop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, find your way down to the ground. Inhale, lift up for maybe cobra, or if you would like, you can press into your toes and lift up for upward facing dog. Sink the hips a little more. And then press into those toes, lift your hips, down dog or child's pose, 2 breaths. What would you like to do here? Inhale, look up in between your hands. You're going to walk, hop, or jump to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Scoop the arms up to the sky. And find yourself in mountain pose. Take a moment to pause. Connect with your breath. Where is your awareness? And let it go. All right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, either on the shin or fingertips on the ground. And exhale, step your left toes back, runner's lunge. Bring your left knee down to the ground. Hug the inner thighs together. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, we're going to walk those front toes a little bit further forward, and we're going to come into crescent lunge. Let the hips sink a bit more. There we go. We don't want the bum sticking out a lot. We want to tuck the tailbone, but the hips come forward. Good. Inhale, bring your hands together and bring your hands to the center of your chest. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, keep your gaze looking forward as your chest and your arms twist to the right. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, or just your left elbow to your right knee. And then let's see if we can press those hands in towards each other. If you want to go a little deeper here, you can reach your right shoulder back. If you want to go a bit further and test that balance, you can look back towards your right elbow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, we're going to release and come back to center. Good. Hands to the floor. You are going to turn your left toes to face the back of the mat. Walk your hands past your left knee and bring your left hand to the ground. Lengthen your right leg. Lift your right arm up. Supported side plank. Option to inhale and lift up into a baby half moon. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, ground the right toes. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Come on up. Bend your right knee. Come into a low lunge. Face the front of the mat again. Tuck your back toe. Lift your back knee. And step back into downward facing dog. If you would like to move through a vinyasa here, it's called a vinyasa. You're going to roll forward and move through a vinyasa, or you can stay in downward facing dog. So there's levels here for everybody. Child's pose or down dog for your rest. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, look up in between your hands. Come up into down dog if you were down. Walk, hop or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, we roll all the way up. Scoop your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. We're going to the other side now. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right toes back and bring your right knee to the ground. Scoop the arms forward. Let's inhale, low lunge. Exhale, crescent lunge. Dip those hips. Inhale, bring your hands together at the center of the chest. Exhale, twist to the left, keeping those eyes looking forward. We bring the right elbow down to the left knee. There we go. Maybe pressing the hands into each other to twist a little deeper. Option to look back. Oop, oop. Deep breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Plant your hands on the ground. Now you're going to twist your right foot to the long side of the mat. Walk the hands to the right side of the mat and lift your left arm up to the sky, supported side plank. Squeezing into the bum cheeks, we're going to lift that left leg maybe. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, ground into the left toes. Use your core muscles to come up. Find your low lunge at the front of the mat. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, step back. Move through a vinyasa or rest. Yogi's choice. I'm going to take a down dog. Okay, we're going to level up our flow a little bit. If you would like to stick with the flow that we just did, if that's challenging enough, stay there. If you want to level up with me, you can level up. Yogi's choice. Inhale to lift the right heel up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Roll forward into a plank kind of position. Flex your right foot, hike it up and step it up in between your hands. Press through the feet, hug the inner thighs together, lengthen the torso and the spine all the way up to the sky. High crescent lunge. Deep breath in here. Exhale, you're going to push through the back heel, bend into the front knee, dip a bit lower. Bring your hands together at the center of the chest. Once again, find your focal point on the floor in front of you. Inhale, twist to the right side. Keep your gaze forward and strong in the back leg, bring that left elbow down. Option 2, press into the hands, really twist your chest. Maybe look past your right elbow. Inhale. And exhale, look back to the floor. Bring your hands to the ground. You're going to look at your back toe, come onto the baby toe knife side edge of your back foot, and your right toes are going to face the long side of your mat. You're going to walk your right foot down the mat, or you're going to come into that supported side plank that we did just now. You can also have a block underneath your left hand. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, we're going to dip the hips and reach to the toes. If you are in the supported side plank, you're going to crunch your knee towards your elbow. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. One more round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip and reach. Take a moment to pause here. Look at your back toe. Inhale, press and lift. Exhale, find yourself into a low lunge at the front of your mat. Stepping back, moving through a vinyasa or resting. Take 2 breaths wherever you land. Inhale, let's meet in downward facing dog. Lift your left toes up to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, roll forward and step it up. Remember, you have the option, if you did the baby flow on the other side, you're going to do the baby flow on this side. Hug the inner thighs together, come all the way up. Reach the arms up, deep breath in. And exhale, find your high lunge. Hips scoot a little bit forward, active in the core. Fingers nice and high. Exhale, bring your hands together at the center of the chest. Find your balance. Inhale, twist to the left. Keep your gaze forward. Exhale, bring your right elbow down. Push back through your right heel. Lift your chest. Twist a little deeper. Maybe look back. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Look to your right toes. Come onto the baby toe side of your right foot. Walk your left foot down the mat till it's comfortable, facing the long side of the mat. Option to grab a block under your right hand and lift those fingers to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, dip the hips, reach back. Or crunch, knee to elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale, dip. And hold. Reach. Nice and strong in the grounded hand. Press through the feet and let's lift up. Find yourself in a runner's lunge, facing the front of the mat, and step back into plank, down dog or child's pose, rest or flow. Inhale, look up in between your hands. You're going to walk, hop, or jump to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Mountain pose. Take a moment to ground down into all four corners of your feet. And just take a moment to gather your breath. Okay. So we're going to do a different kind of a flow now. Inhale to scoop your arms up towards the sky. Bend your left knee and you're going to reach up and over towards the left. Inhale, come up. Bend your right knee, reach up and over towards the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your hands come down and step your left foot back so that you face the long side of the mat. Puff up the chest. Really ground down into the baby toe sides of the feet. Start to bend the knees a little bit. Let the hips go back and you come forward into your wide-legged forward fold. Look in between the legs. Maybe look towards your bum if you can. And then let's find a halfway lift. Walk your hands out in front a little bit so that your spine is lengthened. Ground down into the right hand, and almost like we did at the beginning of the class. You're going to ground into your right foot. Inhale, you're going to lift the left arm up to the sky. You're going to feel your hips drag to the left. See if you can pull them back. Inhale. Nice and strong, take a twist. Exhale, come down. Ground your left hand. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Really ground into that left leg and lift. And exhale, come back down. Inhale, you're going to turn your right toes to face the short side of the mat. Walk your hands all the way back into a low lunge. And you're going to step back into downward facing dog. Separate your feet as wide as the mat. Bend the knees and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Maybe grab a block to come with you. And the block, if you need it, is going to go underneath your bum. We're going to settle down into a yogi squat now. So start to sway your hips from side to side. There we go. Toes are off the corners of the mat. The heels are on. And you're eventually going to come all the way down. If you are sitting on a block, that's where your bum is going to land. If you are not sitting on a block, then your bums are going to go a little bit deeper. So press your elbows into your knees, and then press your knees into your elbows, and take a moment to lock your gaze somewhere in front of you. Press down into the baby toe sides of the feet, squeeze the bum cheeks. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to let your left fingers drop to the floor. Bring your shoulder a little bit more in front of your knee. Inhale, lift your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Shoulder in front of the knee. Reach your right fingertips down and then lift the left arm up. Really press into the left toes and open the left knee. And exhale, come down. If the block was underneath your bum, you're going to push it out. Bring your hands to the floor behind you and sit on your bum. Lengthen the legs out. Take a moment to sit back and windshield wiper your feet. Good. Our next posture we're setting up for is Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So move the fleshy bits out to the sides. Activate along the thighs and the calves. You want the calves to be so active that the feet can lift off of the floor a little bit. Good. Plant your hands on the floor, sit up nice and tall. And then softly you're going to walk your hands forward. You might just be here, that's perfectly fine. You might be able to go a little bit further, but we really want to press the calves into the floor, point the toes towards each other, and lift the backs of the knees. There we go. And then soften everything and rest into your seated forward fold for 2 breaths. Once again, just taking a moment to arrive, connect with that intention. I am here. Inhale to come to sit up. Okay, bend the knees, feet to the floor. Scoot your bum towards your heels. And hold onto the back of your legs and slowly lengthen all the way down to the floor. We are setting up for bridge pose over here. So you are going to reach your arms alongside you and let your heels walk back towards your fingertips. Tuck your chin, press your hands into the floor. Inhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone, lift your bum, lower back, middle back, upper back. There we go. And then maybe you draw your shoulders together underneath your chest and maybe the arms connect. You're going to press into the hands, lift the bum a little bit more. Deep breath in, squeeze the bum cheeks, lift up. And exhale. First, we're going to release the arms, then the shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, all the way down to the floor. Hug the knees into the chest and gently rock from side to side. Inhale, lengthen your left leg down. Hug the right knee into the chest. You're going to reach the right arm out to the side and guide this right knee to the left. See if you can keep your shoulder on the floor and only let your leg go that far. When your shoulder starts to lift off, we start losing the twist. There we go. Look back over your right shoulder and take 3 breaths. Your body can start receiving the signals to soften and relax. Gently release that right leg and come back to center. Swap the knees around, bring the left knee in, let the right leg go. Reach your left arm out to your side and take a twist. Look back over your shoulder and breathe. Bringing your head back to center, softly unwinding. Hug both knees up into your chest. And put one hand on each knee. Bring your knees towards your armpits. And then flex your feet and show your feet towards the ceiling. We call this happy baby. So you have a couple options here. Maybe you start here with the arms behind the knees. It's really important that you keep your hips and your shoulders grounded. So if this feels comfortable, maybe your hands come to the outsides of the shins. If this feels comfortable, maybe your hands come to the outsides of your feet. But if you start doing that, or you start doing that, you've gone too far. Okay, so listen to your body. And then you're going to gently sway from side to side. Maybe lengthening one leg at a time. There we go. And coming to land back in the happy baby. Bringing your legs together, hugging your knees into your chest and softly letting them lengthen along the floor. If your lower back feels a bit tender, you're going to bring your feet to the ground and let your knees lean into each other. Otherwise, you're lying nice and long on the floor. Maybe you tuck your tailbone, lengthen your lower back, and the arms can rest out to the sides. Lightly tuck your chin towards your chest. And softly closing down the eyes. Relax the eyes in their sockets. Soften your jaw and let your tongue drop down to the bottom of your mouth. Let your face relax. Let your shoulders and your chest unwind. Let your hips and your legs soften. I'm going to leave you here for a few moments to just welcome rest after the activity. I'll let you know when it's time. Gently starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes and rock your head from side to side. Reach your arms up alongside your ears, turn your toes in to face each other and stretch. And relax. Taking one last moment to just ground down into your body. And when you are ready, you can come to sit up in whatever way works for you. Sitting in any position that's comfortable for you. We're going to take one last breath together. Scoop the arms out to the sides, reach high up. Bring the hands together and down at the center of the chest. Lightly tuck the chin down. Take a moment to be grateful to yourself that you arrived on your mat once again. Showed up for yourself. And take gratitude for this practice. And as you move out into the world, remember, I am here. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you next week.